What is up, everyone? I'm Kim. Thank you so much for checking out my channel today. I'm so excited to show you guys how I created this super groovy nail design right here. I did it using my new brushes from Con Select. I'm going to be unboxing those and using them for the first time. Really, it's my first time ever doing this kind of design, so if you guys want to come along for the ride, just keep on watching. So I ordered the brushes from Nail Labo, and like I said before, they're from the brand Con Select. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly because I looked everywhere online to see if I could like hear someone pronouncing it or something. I hope it's not like super like obvious and I'm just saying it wrong, but I couldn't find it anywhere. But anyways, that is the brand, and this is a collaboration that they did with BritneyTokyo. BritneyTokyo is like this amazing nail artist. If you guys don't know, definitely check out her Instagram if you're not familiar with her work. We love BritneyTokyo on this channel. But yeah, this is how the package came. I ordered this package, I believe it was March 12th, and it was delivered March 17th. This unboxing was filmed April 15th. And then now is when I'm doing the voiceover, which is May 1st. So that just goes to show you guys how behind I really am on videos, but it's okay. I'm slowly getting back on track. I believe that after this video, I just have my Emily Susanna video and then my Birds of Paradise polygel video. So I'll pretty much be back on point after that. So the brushes came in this big Ziploc along with these two stickers I ordered. Aren't these stickers just amazing? They're so like detailed and vivid. Honestly, I love this brand when it comes to stickers. I believe it's pronounced Sumerica. I've bought so many sticker packs from them and they are just so good. I got these planets, which oh my gosh, I cannot wait to use these. And then I also got these, which are like a deck of cards stickers type of moment. And I love these too. Let's just take a second to really admire the packaging of these brushes. They remind me of something out of like Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, like mixed with retro abstract art. I just absolutely love them. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, like the packaging was a big part of why I ordered these brushes. Like, it's the fact that it's, you know, BritneyTokyo, because I love her. You guys, if you guys watch my channel, you've seen me like use a lot of her stuff because I really like, I'm inspired by her. She's again really an amazing artist, and also I needed a set of nail brushes and I wanted like good ones because like I said earlier in the intro, like I don't usually do designs like this. I don't even think I own, well, I know I don't own any good nail brushes, so that was another big reason behind me making this order. On the back of the box, I noticed that it says that the brushes are made in China but designed in Japan, which I guess would make sense because her name is BritneyTokyo. It says a whole bunch of other stuff in what I'm assuming is Japanese. Again, I'm only assuming that solely because her name is BritneyTokyo. I really love the fact that all of the brushes came with their own caps. The caps are really cute, by the way. I love how they're like chrome and they have the same color lettering as the brushes themselves. But the caps are important also for proper storing, so I do love that. I also love how it has the name of each brush on the brushes themselves. The first thing I noticed right off the bat was that the brushes had a little bit of weight to it. Not in a bad way, it just made me feel like, sorry if you guys are hearing those horns outside, but it really made me feel like I had a good product, you know, like it was like really luxe feeling, especially with that silicone grip. So this brush right here is called the Teeny Tiny. This one is really good for tiny details. I hope you guys can see that okay, because I know it's so fine. And look at how cute it looks with the cap on. I'm absolutely obsessed, you guys. So this one is their square head brush. It's good for like applying your base color or applying color in more wider areas. I love how the bristles are all different colors on them. Super cute. I was so paranoid when I was putting this one back in that like plastic cover because the bristles kind of bent it back. I actually don't even know why I went through with it. I should have just left it as is. So if you guys get a brush, be careful of that. This one here is called the Great Liner. This one is good for like delicate art or lining. This one and the Paint and More one are the two that I use today. This one is called the Cuticle Easy. This one is really good for applying your base color and applying it especially perfectly around your cuticle, hence the name. And this last one is called the Paint and More. This is the other one I was telling you guys about that I used today. This one is really good for drawing lines and like the name, you know, painting and more. So those are all the brushes. Even before I used them, I was so satisfied with my purchase, you guys. I just love the whole packaging and aesthetic. But moving on now to the nails, I'm starting off by wiping my nails down with acetone. This is just to make sure that they're clean, free of dust or anything. If you guys watched my last video, it had been about a day between that video and this one, and that was the video where I actually put the nails on. So I'm gonna link that video in the cards if you guys want to see it. But these are basically the XXL Aprés collaboration with Chaun Legend. I absolutely love how square and snatched and long these are. So if you guys want to see how I put them on using the Aprés dupe method, definitely go check out that video. But for now, they're on, they're looking beautiful, so we are going to start painting. This color here is 511 from Makartt's classic brown gel polish set. In hindsight, I wish I would have chose a different brown, one that was closer to my skin color, because this one's a little bit yellow, but it's still okay. The set still came out looking cute. I forgot to put on my UV protection glove, guys. That's not really what it is. It's just an arthritis glove. But that's what I'm using it for. And I forgot to put it on, so I put it on right after I did my thumb. I do that, by the way, you guys, so that the polish doesn't start sliding like to the corner of my thumb while I'm painting the rest of my nails. You don't have to do that. That's just something I do. I feel like it's probably because I'm a little heavy-handed with the polish. So after that, I did go in with a second coat just to get that good saturated color. And once I was done with that, I went in with a matte top coat. I did that actually for no reason. It was pretty much pointless because I ended up making the whole design glossy at the end. But I did that because I was going to try and do like a matte glossy design where like the base color was matte and then only the lines were glossy. Hopefully you guys can like picture what I'm saying. But I think at the end I decided against it. That's why I went over everything with the glossy top coat. But if you guys are ever interested in like doing the design that I was explaining before, it's pretty much straightforward. You would just do what I'm doing here, which is go over the whole base with this matte top coat, and then after you do your lines, you just go over only that area with the glossy top coat. Pretty much just like that. And by the way, this matte top coat is from Beetle's brand. I wish I had some Makartt top coat. I'm actually matte top coat, but I'm surprised I don't. But generally I like to stick with the same brands, especially because all the polish I used today was from Makartt. But deviating from a brand, just like, you know, it's not the biggest of deals. So now we can move on to the actual design. I started off using this Paint and More brush, but eventually I switched over to the Great Liner. That one is actually way better for this kind of thing. I also have this cheap like 99-cent brush that I'm using to clean up the lines. And in my dapping dish I have some acetone just to make it easy to clean my brush from color to color. All the colors you guys are going to see me use today are from this Makartt P105 gel polish set. I'm actually not even sure if they have this set anymore, like if they're selling it, because I don't see it on their website at all. But I got it a few months ago and it has like so many beautiful pastel colors. This first color that I'm using here is 1052, this beautiful like magenta color. And as far as painting, like I said before, this was my first time ever doing something like this, so I'm in no ways an expert. I don't even know what advice I could give you guys. It's pretty much like trying to draw with a paintbrush, like trying to draw a painting with a paintbrush, but on a really small canvas. And these are just like abstract lines. Like I don't know how people are able to do those intricate drawings that look exactly like a photo or like exactly like what they're supposed to, because those people are like crazy talented, because even doing these little lines like took work, you know, it took precision. I tried my best to get the lines as straight as I could with the paintbrush, but if I felt like anything was wonky or like they were fatter in some areas than others, that's when I went in with that cheap brush I was telling you guys about, and then I just made sure that it was saturated in acetone, and that's what I would use to kind of clean it up. I also have my mini Kiara skylight here just so I can do quick cures between each line. That's so that one doesn't move when I go to do the next one. And that's really important, because if you were to do all the lines like, you know, all wet on top of each other, obviously you're just gonna have like a big smudged mess. So this was basically freestyle. There wasn't like any specific way I did this. I definitely learned a lot about how thick the lines should be and like which brush is best to use. Also like how much product you should load on the bristles, because that was one thing that I noticed about this set. It was so much bumpier than I would have liked. And I know when I see other people's sets, obviously you don't want to compare yourself, especially me. I've said it 1,000 times, it was my first time doing it, but I just know that these lines should be flush with the rest of the product, you know, as like with your base coat. Not completely, obviously, because that's impossible. It's obviously another layer, but as flush as you could get it. So that was definitely something else I learned, and that's the best thing about learning. Like, repetition is the key to learning, and luckily I love what I do, so I can only get better from here. Definitely don't get discouraged if you guys don't get this quick, because as you can see, I definitely didn't. I want to let you guys know the first shot of me painting the pink line is in real time, but this one currently is sped up, and the rest of the video is gonna be sped up as well. This set, and keep in mind I only did my left hand, so you can't really even call it a set. This design on one hand took me about 4 hours, so yeah, there's definitely a learning curve there. By the way, that baby pink color is 1057 and the purple is 1056. And again, these are all from the same set. This green right here is 1051. This pretty baby blue is 1055. Now that I'm like rewatching the footage, I'm actually loving the bumpiness, dare I say, because it's reminding me a little bit of like a Kuji sweater. That could actually be an amazing idea for a upcoming design. The yellow I put on off camera is actually 1050 and that orange creamsicle color is 1053. So my camera actually turned off before I got to finish the thumb, but I pretty much did the same exact thing I was already doing, except I did it in that upper right corner. And then for some reason, I think I was just so gung-ho, I decided to top coat like at that very moment. I think it's because at this point I had been doing it for like an hour and a half. I was like, no, I need to feel some sense of accomplishment. So yeah, I went in with this top coat and yeah, cured for 60 seconds and went about the rest of my nail business, which is the rest of these nails. So I'm kind of gonna zoom through those a little bit because at this point I think I was delirious and I wasn't paying attention to where my finger was, so I didn't always have the best angle. But like I said before, it's pretty much a lot of the same, so I'm gonna let you guys enjoy this and I'll be back in a few. So once I was done, I went in with some cuticle oil. Again, there's like no final top coating scene because I was top coating as I went. I just went ahead and did that for all of them since I did it for the first one. And this is the final result, you guys. What do you think? Go easy on me, okay? It's my first time doing something like this, but for it being my first time, I think I did pretty well. I'm super proud of myself. It took me a while. I put a lot of work in, but yeah, I'm pleased. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you love them, if you hate them, if you have any tips for me. As always, my name is Kim. I love you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!